guys. I know that today is Wednesday and this week's topic was coming out advice. However, I am posting today instead of my usual day on Sunday because today I am 1 year post-op. So yeah, I figured instead this week I am going to do a 1 year post-op video. Yeah, so I'm just basically gonna say stuff, like how I got my top surgery, who I got my top surgery with, and a little bit about my journey. Okay, so I had my top surgery exactly 1 year ago today, 5 days after my 18th birthday, and honestly, I feel so fortunate that I had basically my top surgery done, had my name and gender marker legally changed, and started testosterone all at when I was like 17 and 18. And I know that not a lot of us get to have these things done at a very young age. What happened with me was when I was 17, I legally changed my name and my gender marker. And I was pre-everything at the time. And it was a quick process for me. But that's a whole nother video. Maybe we'll do a topic on that, on legal stuff. And that was like in the summer. That was like August of 2014. So then a month later, I was really looking into like top surgeries and, just kind of curious. I was going for consultations and I was, just looking around local places too. I was actually a good candidate for keyhole, the surgery with no scarring. And I was like an A cup, really, even below an A cup. But what happened was I wanted something that was more guaranteed. So anyway, what happened was I made a phone consultation with Dr. Charles Garramone. And actually in the lighting, I don't know, in my room over here, I noticed that my scars look kind of like red, and they're not red at all. Maybe it's the light in here. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know. They're actually like, I don't know why they look like that. Could be the phone or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I made a phone consultation with Dr. Garramone, and I was 17 years old at the time. So you have to be 18 or older to be on the phone alone with him for your consultation. So my mom had to be on the phone with me. So just out of curiosity, I just wanted to make a consultation. Seen his results were, really good. I was pleased with them. And so my mom was on the phone. We were on my house phone, and the doctor called me. And he was just explaining things, how things work. He really only does double incision. I don't actually know anyone, or I don't think, I know he does do keyhole. However, he does not recommend it unless if you have really like no, breast tissue, I guess you can say. I'm sorry if that's triggering, but yeah, if you have like nothing there really. Yeah, so we were talking, and I was very much pleased with him. So he was then asking, like if then he switched us over to, his desk and made an appointment. And what shocked me was that, I honestly did not think I was gonna have, my top surgery so quick. And what happened was, when he said, oh, you would, the price is $6,900. You're gonna have to put like I think it was like a $500 like, down payment. And my mom just said, like, right off the bat, like, let's do it. And I was like, what? Like, she paid for my surgery 100% out of pocket, and that was honestly the best gift. I'm not all, I don't like when people, give me presents, but this was honestly amazing. I can't thank my mom enough for this. It has honestly been a journey. How I like to look at it now, like, before, when I used to look back at old pictures of myself, it used to be painful. I couldn't look back at myself. But what ended up happening was, now I actually look up to the old me, because if it wasn't for that person, I wouldn't be who I am today. I have been through so much between, transitioning and personal problems. And the way that I like to look at it, I actually for those of you that don't know, I'm a part of a modeling agency called Trans Models New York City, and this past Sunday, I went to a event called Transgiving, and there were two amazing speakers, and everyone there is just so welcoming, and like they were saying, the speakers, they were FTM as well, and they said, basically what I just said, you know, this is, it's just amazing, to be done with I don't even like to call it a transition really, because you're transitioning really with everyone. You're going from being a daughter to a son, an aunt to an uncle, a brother, a sister to a brother. It's, just you're transitioning with everyone. It's everyone, everyone's going along with you. I mean, if they support you, but it's your journey. It is absolutely your journey, and that will never change. This is your life, and you're the only one going on this journey with yourself. I mean, yeah, we're never alone. There are millions of other trans men and women out there, but this is your journey. And I am so happy. It's unbelievable. I would have never have thought that at 19 years old I would feel like this, being 1 year post-op. I mean, it was phenomenal. I honestly couldn't have been happier. And yeah, it's amazing. And for those of you who feel hopeless, who are around my age, 18, 19 years old, and you feel like you're not going anywhere in your journey, never give up. Because that's how I felt when I came out when I was 16. I felt like I had no support. And I'm not going to lie, at first I really didn't. I had friends that supported me, but I felt like my family just didn't. And I know in my past videos I did, for our coming out stories, I did explain, how I came out, how I was accepted. But this is just never give up. There's always hope. And yeah, guys. Alright, so I'll see you guys Sunday. Yeah. Alright, guys, so peace out. Thanks for everything. Thanks for supporting me. Alright. Take care, guys.